I am raising very serious issues, and you know my friend doesn't understand. Yes. He has no capacity to understand what I'm trying to do. Yes. Madam Speaker, we have come a long way as a country. Kenyans went to the trenches. Kenyans went to the trenches to be able to attain the kind of freedoms we have currently under the Constitution. We must jealously guard those freedoms that are enshrined in the Constitution.
Yes, your point of order.
Madam Speaker, thank you.
Nobody has completed. Have you completed?
Okay, let me conclude.
Yes.
So, Madam Speaker, I simply want to urge you, and let us be tolerant. Let us be tolerant, members. You know, in this house, we have been here with my friend WEWE ICHUNGWA and others. Today, you are there shouting to please people in executive. Tomorrow, you will be here crying. I'm telling you, we have seen it all here. So, Madam Speaker, let us not be seen to be people who are curtailing the freedoms and rights of Kenyans as enshrined in the very, very progressive Bill of Rights in our Constitution. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I submit.
Thank you, my minority leader. Majority leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And let me just begin first by agreeing with the leader of minority that one, it's good for us to conduct ourselves with some decorum, allow each other to be heard. And as he rightly says, today you may be here celebrating. Next time you'll be on the other side crying, like Opio and I is crying today. And only 9 months ago, Madam Speaker, you know, Opio and I then sitting where John Buddy is sitting, and he used to also like that corner there, would be cheering as John Buddy celebrated very major atrocities against us and the Kenyan people. But I don't stand here to celebrate atrocities against anybody. And I don't celebrate any travesties on the justice of the people of Kenya. And Parliament, as Opio and I says, is an open place to members of the public. However, Honorable Speaker, we live in a civilized democracy. And in a civilized democracy, like happens all over the world, around parliaments, they are picketing corners. Around the world, parliaments, including the Parliament of the Republic of Kenya, members of the public are allowed into the public gallery, and with the Speaker's permission, even to the Speaker's gallery, to be able to watch and follow the proceedings of the House. And in this endeavor to have an open parliament for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, that is why even our debates are televised live by the parliamentary broadcast unit to ensure that Kenyans from wherever they are, even from the comfort of their homes, they can be able to follow debate. But that, Honorable Speaker, doesn't mean that we live in an island. And it's only yesterday or the day before, I think it was on Thursday or yesterday, that the Speaker reminded us about our own safety within the precincts of Parliament and more so within these chambers. And he reminded us about the bombing of parliaments around the world, I think in Beirut, in Lebanon. You remember most recently in Burkina Faso, mobs taking over parliament and burning parliament, the parliament of Burkina Faso. And I say we don't live in an island, Honorable Speaker, because we have seen what those who associate with Opio and I, my minority leader, believe to be peaceful protests and peaceful demonstrations. And therefore, if the police in their wisdom feel it is not secure to allow people who purport to be picketers or demonstrators or peaceful demonstrators around and within the precincts of Parliament to protect the Honorable Opio and I, or to protect the Honorable Mwenje or the Honorable Owen Bayer, it is within the right of the police to exclude anybody who they feel is a threat to our national security and the security of members of Parliament, including the Honorable Opio and I, our leader of minority, who must at all times be protected because of the many things he needs to be protected against. And that is why the government of Kenya through the Inspector General of Police, has even provided a number of bodyguards. I think a minimum of 14 bodyguards, the Honorable Pio and I, as leader of the minority. Yes, you may not know it, John Buddy. The leader of minority is entitled to 14 bodyguards, guarding even his residences, both in the village, in Nairobi, and elsewhere. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, if the police have opted to ensure the leader of minority and the leader of majority and each and every member of parliament is protected by the police, even our staff working in this house, Honorable Speaker, deserve protection. And therefore, we should not take it that anybody is precluding people from following the proceedings of the house when the police do what they want to do. And I want to speak to those people who are being mobilized to come and attempt, because, Honorable Speaker, I am also in the know, having engaged with a number of intelligence officers around this house. And you know there are enough intelligence officers in, outside, and around this house, Honorable Speaker, that there are people who are being mobilized I hear people asking by who. I don't know what is itching you. I say there are people who are being mobilized to attempt to intimidate members of parliament not to come to and carry out their constitutional mandate yesterday afternoon, today, and tomorrow. And I want to ask the Inspector General of Police, even now, anybody who wants to picket around parliament needs to notify the police where they want to picket, over what. If they can write to the Speaker, I am sure around KICC on the opposite side, I think there is already some space that is now already designated as a picketing corner. And your right to picket and demonstrate ends where mine to carry out my constitutional work as a member of parliament begins. Nobody should attempt to stop any member of parliament from coming to do their work as members of parliament. However you feel about the finance bill or any other